When the time comes to hire a new superintendent, MSBA can help your board by providing search services. MSBA has been serving Minnesota school boards for 90 years. And MSBA search consultants understand that selecting a new superintendent is one of the board's most important decisions. MSBA knows and understands the role and the function of the board, how laws affect the hiring process, and which search-related practices work, and MSBA's search consultants are ready to help your board find and hire the right superintendent. MSBA's Superintendent Search Service is based on one clear premise: the board is in charge of all decisions. With the assistance from other MSBA staff, an MSBA search consultant will professionally handle the details of the search and guide the board through the process, allowing the board to concentrate on the most important aspects of the search, interviewing the most qualified applicants, and selecting the right superintendent. Upon invitation from the board, an MSBA search consultant will come to a board meeting to present MSBA superintendent search options. Boards choose which search service package they want based on their needs. Each search is customized to meet the school district's and the community's needs. MSBA offers two superintendent search packages: a basic search and an advanced search, plus a list of services that can be added to either on a fee basis. The cost of an MSB-led superintendent search is based on the search package chosen. The package cost also includes the MSBA search consultant's time, travel, and expenses. Additional expenses the school district may incur include postage, printing, advertising, and expenses related to the finalist interviews and board members' site visits. An MSBA superintendent search begins with an initial meeting among the board members and the MSBA search consultant. This establishes the search timeline and the procedures. An MSBA search consultant will be on site for a predetermined number of meetings, as agreed by the board and the MSBA search consultant. The search process typically takes between 3 and 6 months to complete. The process includes a series of steps that boards take to learn as much as they can about the applicants to help with their decision making. MSBA search consultants stress the importance of adhering to a process and not taking shortcuts. Each step of the process is explained in the following slides. An MSBA search consultant will work with the board to establish the best possible timeline and the process for conducting the search, including if and when and how to involve stakeholders. The type and the number of opportunities for gathering feedback from stakeholders will vary based on the search package chosen. Minnesota superintendents typically work on a contract year from July 1st to June 30th for a 1-, 2-, or 3-year term as addressed in statute. Superintendent vacancies can happen any time of the year. However, the majority of openings are announced between October and April, which means most applicants will begin looking then too. Whenever practical, MSBA search consultants will try to advertise and complete the search within the October to April timeline in order to establish the best possible pool of applicants. Once the search timeline and the process are agreed upon, the MSBA search consultant will help the board determine the skills, abilities, and attitudes it most desires in a superintendent, often referred to as the leadership profile and hiring criteria. The leadership profile and hiring criteria need to accurately reflect the priorities of both the school board and the community. When applicable, MSBA search consultants will provide a written report of any results gathered from the stakeholders. Once the leadership profile and hiring criteria have been established, the information is incorporated into the materials that will be used to both advertise the position vacancy and in the screening process. An MSBA search consultant will work with the board in developing a brochure to market the search. The length and style of the brochure will vary based on the search package selected. The position vacancy will be posted on MSBA's website, in the MSBA Boardcaster, and on the Minnesota Association of School Administrators website. It will be sent to Minnesota school districts, colleges, and universities, and will be sent to administrators in other states through the National Affiliation of Superintendent Searchers. At the direction of the board, other advertising may be utilized to promote the position and recruit applicants. MSBA search consultants will handle all applicant calls and correspondence concerning the position vacancy, develop an application form and application procedures, maintain application files, and develop a pool of applicants. During the application period, the MSBA search consultant will review each applicant's file for completeness and notify applicants whose files are incomplete to remind them of the application deadline. After the application deadline is passed, MSBA search consultants will review all applicants' files against the position leadership profile and the hiring criteria that were established by the board. MSBA search consultants will review the applications to weed out applicants who clearly do not meet the board's basic hiring criteria, and they will also verify each applicant's credentials and work experience. Once the pool of applicants has been screened, the MSBA search consultant will meet with the board to determine the finalists and then notify the selected finalists and schedule the interviews. The MSBA search consultant will prepare a communication to send to media outlets, to school district staff, stating the names of the finalists who will be interviewed, as well as the schedule of remaining search-related activities. MSBA search consultants will also provide training to help the board prepare for and conduct the first and second round of interviews, reference checks, and site visits. MSBA search consultants will also help the board develop interview questions that fit the leadership profile and hiring criteria and standardize the interview process. Because hiring the superintendent is the board's role, MSBA's search process allows only the board members to participate in these interviews. Interview training will include information to help the board members conduct these interviews in open session as required by state law and in a professional manner. The training will address the need for good interview questions that do not violate the law either directly or indirectly. If asked, MSBA search consultants will review the interview questions prior to the interviews to ensure compliance with state and federal law. The board is hiring someone who must do more than fill out an application and perform well in an interview. Board members are strongly encouraged to get to know the finalists as well as possible from many angles as possible before making a final choice. Reference checks will help the board know how others perceive a finalist. MSBA search consultants will provide training and assist with this important step of the process too. The training will address when, by whom, and how the reference checks of finalists should be conducted. Upon completion of the first round of interviews, the board will invite 2 or 3 finalists to come back to the school district for a second visit in order to get to know them better and also to allow the finalists to get to know the board and the school district better too. The second visit concludes with another interview of each finalist by the board. MSBA search consultants will also help the board plan the second visits and interviews. The next step is for a subcommittee of the board to visit the finalist in his or her current school district and meet with the staff, community, and board members there. The visit will help the board understand the challenges and the accomplishments of the finalist and provide additional insight as to the finalist's fit for the district. MSBA search consultants will assist the board in planning the site visit. Once the final interviews have been completed and the site visit has been conducted, the board should be ready to make a hiring decision. The MSBA search consultant will guide the board through the process of contacting the finalists to offer the position and will stress the importance of using the MSBA MASA Model Superintendent Contract as the basis for negotiations. MSBA search consultants will draft a communication for the media and staff introducing the new superintendent. MSBA is often asked what the candidate pool looks like and what a board can expect to see regarding that pool. Each year and each situation are a little different. However, the number of applicants both in Minnesota and nationally is declining. The board can influence the quality of the applicant pool by maintaining positive press. The board can establish this by having a good relationship with the current superintendent, establishing constructive board member to board member interactions, and emphasizing the positive of everything the board does in the school district. A common concern of boards is salary. MSBA search consultants will provide the board with a summary of superintendent salaries gleaned from MSBA's PeerNet. An important question to ask is, who is our competition, and what are they willing to pay? MSBA is your association. Once the search is concluded and the board has signed a contract, MSBA will continue to provide support for the board and the superintendent well after the search is over. For boards whose search packages include the in-district post-hiring workshop, MSBA will schedule the workshop as soon as possible once the new superintendent assumes the position. Finally, and as always, MSBA staff will be available to answer the board's and the new superintendent's questions during the transition. Give MSBA a call if the board is anticipating the need to conduct a search in the near future. We would be glad to attend a meeting at the board's invitation and present information and answer board members' questions about the MSBA search process. Hiring a superintendent is one of the most important decisions a board can make, and we would like to assist you in being successful. Thank you.